Hi everybody, my name is Crystal Einerson. I am an EFT tapping coach, financial wellness coach, and yoga teacher. I wanted to talk to you today about EFT tapping, specifically around imposter syndrome. We all know what imposter syndrome is and what it feels like. It is basically your brain or your mind telling you that you may not be good enough to be doing what you're doing, or it's saying, am I really qualified to do this? Other people might know more than me, X, Y, Z. This does not mean that you are not well qualified or well capable. So that's why I wanted to tap with you on imposter syndrome. With EFT tapping, we utilize tapping motions and the sensation of tapping to calm and soothe our nervous system. So I will go through the tapping points with you. These are some of the points. And we use it to work on reframing limited beliefs, and we can work with pretty much anything with tapping, but specifically I find it great for limiting beliefs. So there are a bunch of different tapping points, and I will guide you through as we tap, but we will go over them. So the side of the hand, the eyebrow point, the side of the eye, underneath the eye, under your nose, under your lip, your collarbone. So right where you feel that dip, right underneath at the bottom of your throat, where the 2 points of the collarbones are, you can tap with 2 hands or 1. Under the arm, right where the bra line is for women, you can tap here, or you can tap like this, whatever works for you. And then the top of the head. I tap around the crown in one big circle. You can use 2 hands or 1 hand, whatever you prefer. And if you don't go exactly on the correct points, you're still going to get the benefits of tapping. So when we're tapping, we use a setup statement, and we say it 3 times while tapping on the side of the hand. But before we do all that, I want you to think about how imposter syndrome feels to you. If you want to take a moment to close your eyes and take a breath, breathing in through the nose and then sighing it out. Check in with your body, check in with your mind with any thoughts around imposter syndrome. What comes up for you? Is it like, I'm not qualified to teach this, or I don't feel like I'm trained enough, or whatever it is? And then rate it on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 is, doesn't bother me, I just want to tap with you. 10 is the most intense you've ever felt it. So take a moment and just rate that feeling around imposter syndrome. So our goal is to bring it from 10 or higher down to a 0. It doesn't always happen immediately, so give yourself time and space to let your body readjust and let your nervous system readjust to bring it down to a more regulated level. Be patient with yourself. We want to create safety around the feelings and thoughts that we have. Instead of just saying that everything is always great and nothing is wrong and focusing only on positivity, what we do with tapping is we go into that garden of our minds and we weed the garden. If you have a garden outside and you're growing all these beautiful plants and vegetables, do you expect to go out there and just have everything grown beautifully without weeding the garden, without taking care and maintaining the garden? So we want to go in, we want to acknowledge the negative and turn things toward the positive, reframe however we can. So when you're ready, thinking about imposter syndrome, how it feels, any statements that you have, and anytime that I say anything in this tapping script, feel free to change it. If the words that I say don't resonate with you, but a different word or a different phrase comes up and that resonates more, feel free to change it in your mind or out loud. I will say a statement and then I will pause to give you time to either say it out loud or in your mind. Either way, it doesn't matter, you're still getting the benefits. So we'll start with the side of the hand and tap gently. If you find that you're really hitting your hand or you're really hitting yourself, take a step back and go back to gentle tapping. If tapping is triggering at all, you can go to touch and breathe. So just touch the point, take a breath. You can even rub on the spot. As long as we are connecting with our bodies, we're doing the job. Starting with the side of the hand. Even though I feel this imposter syndrome, I accept the way that I feel, and I'm willing to move forward anyway. Round 2. Even though this imposter syndrome makes me feel scared or nervous, I know that I am capable of doing it scared if I need to. Round 3. Even though I am feeling some imposter syndrome, I am open to finding where it came from. And I am open to reframing to a more positive view. Tapping on the eyebrow point, right where the bridge of your nose connects with your eyebrow, tapping gently. This imposter syndrome. Side of the eye, right at the outer corner of either eye or both. I feel imposter syndrome in my body. Under the eye, right about here. Sometimes it stops me from doing the things I want to do. Under the nose, you can tap like this, or you can tap here. But I'm ready to take charge of my life. Under the lip, right here. I am ready to do it scared. Collarbone with 1 or 2 hands. I am ready to work through this imposter syndrome. Under the arm. I want to excel in this thing that I want to do. Top of the head. And the only way that I can get started is to just start. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes here, tapping on the eyebrow point 1 more time, I want you to think about a time that you tried something and you felt like you weren't good enough. Or maybe somebody told you you weren't good enough, so you never started. You don't have to put yourself there. Just see if you can remember a time that it happened. Tapping on the side of the eye. And I want you to ask yourself if that person, if you feel like that person was qualified enough to tell you you weren't good enough. Under the eye. And if that person was a teacher or some sort of mentor, I want you to see if you can reframe that they were possibly worried about you or maybe had feelings of insecurity themselves and they were projecting it on you. Under the nose, I want you to know that everyone's experience is different. None of these parts of the script need to be repeated. I just want you to really think about the fact that everyone has a different experience. And then tapping under the lip. So I'm wondering if you had someone who told you you weren't good enough or tried to talk you out of doing something, if you can now extend them compassion and grace. Tapping on the collarbone point. Extend forgiveness if they hurt you in any way, as much as you can. Tapping under the arm. I want you to see if you can understand from their point of view if they were nervous or worried about you, or maybe even jealous. Top of the head. It doesn't make it right for them to say, but it may give you a reason behind why they said it. Tapping on the eyebrow point, opening your eyes back up, and repeat after me, either out loud or in your mind. I forgive that person. Side of the eye. If there's a situation where you tried and maybe it feels like you failed, I want you to forgive yourself. Under the eye. I want you to extend grace to yourself right now. Under the nose. I want you to know that it is okay to start again. Under the lip. And repeat after me out loud or in your mind. I give myself grace. Collarbone. I give myself permission to try. Under the arm. I forgive anyone or any circumstance that made me think that I failed. Top of the head. Because anytime we think we fail is an opportunity for learning. Eyebrow point. And sometimes the first try of something, side of the eye, has to suck a little bit. Under the eye. It may not always be the case. Under the nose. But I am willing to try. Under the lip. I am willing to get started. Collarbone. I have done the training. Under the arm. I have immersed myself in the learning. Top of the head. I have at least a little bit of experience. Eyebrow point. And the only way that I can gain more experience, side of the eye, is by doing the thing. Under the eye. I'm willing to do the thing. Under the nose. I am willing to try. Under the lip. I am willing to get started. Collarbone. I am strong and resilient. Under the arm. I am fully capable. Top of the head. And I give myself permission to get started. Have you stop tapping? Take a deep breath, shake your hands out a little bit. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Think about how you felt earlier around imposter syndrome. Think about how it felt in your body, where you were on a scale of 0 to 10. Hopefully your levels went down at least a little bit. It may not happen immediately, but give yourself grace throughout the day. And know that in order to learn and to grow, we have to get started. Doesn't matter if you start over again and try different things and just tweak things, but we do have to get started in order to get to where we want to be. Another thing with imposter syndrome is a fear of being seen. Because if you're seen, then, you may get people asking you questions or people questioning you or, the comments that we don't want to get or criticism. Being seen is scary, but it's one thing that we can do it scared, and we can learn to get comfortable as we are seen. So I want you to think about that now before we do another round of tapping. Think about how it would feel if you aren't there already, to be seen, to be listened to, and have people, you have their full attention. How does that feel? Like this, my sister said to me when I was nervous to teach a larger yoga class, this is your Taylor Swift moment. So no pressure, but think about how that feels. If you want to close your eyes, bring your hands to your heart, visualizing the people in your class or in the crowd. They are here because they want to practice with you. They want to learn from you. So instead of putting the pressure on yourself, saying, oh my gosh, it's all on me, I get to lead these people in a practice, or I get to teach these people what I know. And you can always collaborate and work with them, saying, hey, what do you guys want to work on today? Or is there anything specific we'd like to practice? Specific poses, whatever it may be. So working collaboratively with your class might take away some of that pressure of trying to, be on that pedestal and lead. So think about now, you've got a class in front of you. Taking a deep breath, getting ready. We're just going to stay here with the class. So keep that in your mind that you're leading a class you haven't started yet. It's just frozen in time. You at the front and the class in front of you, however your setup is. Think about how that feels, 0 to 10. 0 is like, I'm ready, let's go, let's do it. 10 is like, my nerves are fired up, this is so intense, let's tap. So get that number, let's begin tapping. Side of the hand. Even though imposter syndrome equals the fear of being seen, I am open to seeing how it feels to be seen. And I'm willing to work through this imposter syndrome now. Round 2. Even though the fear of being seen puts my nerves at a level 10 intensity, or whatever level you are at, I'm willing to work through it, because that is one of the best ways to move forward. Round 3. Even though there is a fear of being seen, I accept that fear, and I'm willing to work through it. Tapping on the eyebrow point, imposter syndrome. Side of the eye equals the fear of being seen. Under the eye, it's scary. Under the nose, what if I make a mistake in front of all these people? Under the lip, what if I make a mistake and someone points it out? Collarbone, I'm going to look like I don't know what I'm doing. Under the arm, and then I'm going to be a complete failure. Top of the head, if I make a mistake. Eyebrow point, does that really mean I'm a complete failure? No, it doesn't. Under the eye, if somebody made a mistake in front of me. Under the nose, who am I to judge them? Under the lip, So who are any of these people to judge me? Collarbone. And if someone does judge me, under the arm, for making a mistake. Top of the head. Maybe I called out the right foot when I meant the left foot. Eyebrow point. Maybe I said use your elbow when I meant to say use your hand. Side of the eye. We can all have a nice little chuckle. Under the eye, because I'm sure it's not the first time someone called their hand their elbow. Under the nose, and I can learn that mistakes happen. I can give myself grace. Collarbone, and maybe I can laugh it off. Under the arm. And maybe I can say, mistake made, now I can move forward. Top of the head. Mistakes are here to help us learn. Eyebrow point. And if anyone judges me, side of the eye, for learning, under the eye, then that's on them. Under the nose. I am open to being seen. Under the lip. I am open to being seen by others. Collarbone. I know it might be a little bit scary. Under the arm. But the best way to get started is to start. Top of the head. And I only have to do that beginning one time. Eyebrow point. I may need to tweak my routine or my class. Side of the eye. But lots of teachers do that. Under the eye. And as I continue teaching and growing, under the nose, so will my confidence. Under the lip. And maybe I can inspire others to do the same. Collarbone. I am capable of doing this. Under the arm. I am capable of working through imposter syndrome and the fear of being seen. Top of the head. I do know what I'm doing. Deep down, I know this. Eyebrow point. And I am willing to show myself that I am capable. Side of the eye. I am willing to be an inspiration to others. Under the eye. I'm willing to work through the imposter syndrome. Under the nose. I'm willing to make my dreams come true. Under the lip. And when times get tough or I start to second guess myself, maybe I'll do a little tapping on it. Collarbone. Under the arm. I'm ready and I'm willing to move forward. Top of the head. And I love and honor myself in body, mind, and spirit. Stop tapping, take a deep breath in, let it go. Think about how you feel now. Think about how you started, where you started in the beginning, and then where you're at now. If you need to keep tapping, feel free to keep tapping, make the script your own, and know that you can do it scared. It's okay to be scared. It is okay to be terrified. but you have to just do it. You have to give yourself that little push. I'm giving you that little push to move forward and to do it scared, and eventually your confidence is going to grow. Thank you for tapping with me today.